know I'm about to go in. Told me that I couldn't do it, but I gotta bring it back, so they're really not with it. Let's go. Tell me where you're from, where you stay. Now I keep it lit from the coast to the bay. Peace on the right.
If you guys are looking for cheap and instant Madden Ultimate Team coins, be sure to head over to muttcoinbank.com and use promo code MAZE at checkout for 20% off. Huge changes are coming to Ultimate Team in Madden 18. Today marks the day that EA finally released their Madden 18 Ultimate Team blog. This blog, very similar to the one I overviewed last time on mechanics, is just pretty much overviewing all of the new things they're introducing into Ultimate Team going into Madden 18. The blog title is Madden Ultimate Team Revisioned, and so to start, they talk about player overall. Now, this is something people have had a lot of controversy over, and it's regarding the overall of the Ultimate Team players. Now, this year, the main thing people seem to complain about was when a player got an upgrade, it was like +1 in every stat, and so it didn't really make a difference if you had the new version or the old version, because the card pretty much played exactly the same. So in order to change this, they said they're reworking how they do overalls in general. To start, the overalls are going to be more comparable with their salary cap value. So for example, speed is going to affect your overall a lot more than your other stats, just like it affects your salary cap value a lot more. Also, they said they're going to be starting with the overalls a bit lower this year to leave more room for improvement throughout the year. For the example they used, they showed the 99 overall signature series Le'Veon Bell in Madden 17 and compared it to how the 99 overall would be in Madden 18. So if we're looking at the stats, they're both 99 overalls. The strength, he gets +1 in Madden 18. He gets +3 speed, +2 excel, +1 agility, +1 jumping, +1 catching, +1 spec catch. Trucking goes up by 1. Pretty much every stat is improved. The main one being speed is improved by 3. Now, obviously, this card on the right, the one that they're saying is the Madden 18 version of this card, is obviously looking a lot better. That 3 speed is going to be huge. Now, not to say they're going to put this exact card in Madden 18, but that's just an example of the type of changes they're making to card stats. Now, I really like this a lot because there are some cards, for instance, like the 97 overall John Ross, which has 99 speed, 99 excel, and when you compare that to a different 99 card that only maybe has 92 speed. Obviously, you take the 97 John Ross because he has 99 speed, but I obviously don't think that should be the case. The 99 should always be better. And so pretty much they're saying they're going to be weighting the categories that mean more to Madden players. So again, the stats that we're looking at here are the 99 Le'Veon Bell in Madden 17 versus what it would take to have that same card be a 99 in Madden 18. What they talk about is this Madden 17 version, which was a 99 overall in the game, would only be a 97 overall in Madden 18. They also said these stats they're showing for the 99 version in Madden 18, if they were to go down by 1 in any category, would only be a 98. So this is the bare minimum 99 overall card, and it is a lot more impressive by far. Kind of feeding off this idea of a different overall, this is the biggest change I think they made. Elite cards are going all the way down to 80 overall. So you look at the tiers right here, you got your silvers are 60 to 69, golds are 70 to 79, and then your elites are going all the way from 80 to 99. So you're going to be getting that red flash for an elite all the way from an 80 overall. Now, I'm not sure if they're saying you're going to be having a lot more elite pulls this year, or if they're saying the 80 to 85 cards are going to be just as rare as elites were this past year. Whatever the case, I think that's great in my opinion. I definitely like the fact that they're lowering the overall of good cards to start the year, because this leaves way more room for improvement across the year. I know a lot of people are going to look at that and be unhappy because they're like, oh, we're getting lower overalls. It's going to take even longer to get into the higher overall players. But if you think about it, you don't want to get burned out on MUT that fast. You want the game to last as long as possible. So starting the year with lower overalls is a great thing to me. Moving on to packs this year, another huge change they're making in Ultimate Team is in packs, they're going to be players only. You are no longer going to be getting team items such as playbooks, uniforms, stadiums, all that stuff. You're not going to be getting that in packs anymore. So it's been kind of interesting this year that every pack you pull is going to be strictly players. I don't really know how the odds are going to be changed this year. The number of elite pulls, if they're going to be different or what. Now, a question you might have is, well, if you're not getting these team items in packs, how are you going to get things like different playbooks and different stadiums and stuff like that? Well, just like every year, you're going to be starting out with your team's playbook and stadium and coach. However, in order to get different ones, you're going to need team tokens. Now, in order to get team tokens, you're going to be doing sets where you trade in silver and gold players from that team to get a team token. You can then use these team tokens to either get the playbook, stadium, uniform, coach, whatever. You can get that team, or you can make upgrades to players. Now this is another new feature in Madden 18 Ultimate Team, is this upgrading players feature. So to start the year, each NFL team is going to have 4 possible players on the team that are eligible for upgrades. The example they use here is Mike Evans. So he's going to be one of the Buccaneers upgrade players. So when you start the game, you get the 70 overall Mike Evans from the Bucs starter pack if you choose the Bucs. Then if you put a Bucs team token, which you get from another set with gold and silver Bucs players, into that set with the 70 overall that you got before, then you're going to get a 75 overall version of this Mike Evans card. Then to get to tier 2, you got to put in that 75 overall and another team token, and you're going to get the 81 overall version. From there, the final tier, if you put in the 81 overall version and the base elite Mike Evans, which they said is an 89 overall, plus another team token, then you get the 91 overall Mike Evans. Now this is kind of interesting to me how they're doing this whole thing with these team tokens. I personally think these team tokens are going to be pretty tough to get, considering you only need 3 of them essentially to get this top tier player. But I do think it's pretty cool you're able to upgrade players. So if you have like a favorite player or something and he's on your team and he's eligible for upgrade, you can really stick with that player and grind and get him to a way higher overall. Another thing they seem to be running with is the idea of team chemistries. So for the example they use here, we look at the Pittsburgh Steelers. If you have the Steelers coach, stadium, and both uniforms, then every Steeler player you have on your team is going to get all of these boosts. So I'm not going to read them all because it's a pretty long list. But essentially, the more Steelers players you have, if they're more compatible with your team chemistry based on your uniform and your coach and all that, then they're going to be getting a lot of boosts. So it's kind of like a more complicated version of the chemistries we already have this year. If you guys play FIFA, it kind of reminds me of the chemistry between players on FIFA in order to have them have better chemistry. So this is going to promote you having players of the same team, so pretty much building players off of your favorite NFL team. All of these changes I'm pretty excited about. You know, they're a little bit different. It might seem weird at first, but I think over the course of the year it's really going to improve the game. However, the final thing they talk about is an adjustment they made to the trade block. So over the past couple years, EA has actually talked about completely removing the trade block because people use it only for giveaways and, you know, selling coins, giving them cards and stuff like that. And they don't really think the trade block is effective and used how it's supposed to be used. So instead of deleting the trade block completely, what they're doing this year is if you trade 2 cards to each other, so if you get a card in a trade, it's non-auctionable. You cannot sell that card for coins at all. So that way, trades are only going to be used for cards that you're actually plugging into your lineup and using on your team. If you do want to cash out that card for coins and whatnot, you can trade it back to its original owner and it will be fully auctionable just as it originally was. So essentially, cards are only auctionable when they are with their rightful owner, so to speak, whether you got that card on the auction house or you got it in a pack opening or whatever. So you're no longer going to be able to auction cards you get in trades, which kind of takes away a lot of giveaways, a lot of farm accounts, stuff like that. Not entirely, but they're just going to have to pay the EA tax if they want to cash out the coins for those cards. Now, I don't know if any of this stuff regarding the player upgrades or team chemistries and stuff like that is confusing to anyone, but if you do have any questions, be sure to comment it down below and I'll be answering you if I understand it, and hopefully I can help you guys out. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to leave a like as well, and don't forget to subscribe if you guys are new, and I will be seeing you guys in the next video.
Now I'm on the outside.